Hey guys, this is Zerk here, and I'm going to make a short video about how I make my 6 stars and how I kind of plan it out so that it only takes about 12 hours to make a 6-star monster for me. So getting it up to 5 I don't really include most of the time because it's pretty simple, but just a monster going from 5 to 6 usually takes a lot of time for most people, but I usually get one done a week without really putting any effort into it, especially now that they've done the latest update, and I'll show you why. Basically, do all your normal stuff through the week. One of the main things that you're going to want to do is at the shop, whenever you open it up every hour or so, go ahead and buy the scroll. Go ahead and buy whatever silver 2-star mons there are, because they're just going to be food. And you're just going to take those monsters and you're just going to start loading up your box. Now I just emptied out all my stuff, but you are basically just going to throw a whole bunch of your 2 stars into your box, fill it up through the week so that you have monsters to make your 3 stars for food to feed your 3-star max rainbowmon. And you get your 3-star max rainbowmon by doing your B10 runs. So your dragons, your giants, your necro, you run through that all week, doing one or the other, and you may do rift, and you'll get at least I usually get like 2 to 3 when I'm running dungeons, and I run dungeons for a couple of hours each day, and I get, so say I do 2 hours and I do 2 full runs of energy, I'm gonna get 4 3-star max rainbowmon, which makes 1 5-star monster. So if I do that just 5 times through the week, I'm gonna have enough food to make all of my 5 stars through the week. And then when I get to the day that I'm going to use the double XP from when I last made a 6-star monster, I'll run the double XP, and I will basically, if I need 4 stars, I'll get 4 stars that time first. I always start with getting my 4 stars ready, the ones that I'm lining up to get to 5. So if I don't have enough 4-star max rainbowmon from the events or from TOA, I'll make a couple with the monster that I just 6-starred. So that's what I usually do ahead of time. So just to kind of show you where I'm at right now, the first thing I would do is at the end of the week, I'd pop the double XP for 12 hours. I would go ahead and hit battle, and I'd go ahead and do all of the dimensional rift crystals. So I just did these all today. I had 10 saved up, and then I had 3 that I got from the day. So I had 13 runs. That makes me about 28 3 stars, and I get them up to like level 19 because that's 2 runs for a 2-star. And then I just level them up either with a monster I'm trying to level up, or I level them up with a teammate's monster, and I will get them to 3-star. And that's why you have to have tons and tons of 2-star fodder just sitting in your storage so that you don't have to try to do anything. It's all there. So you've made a whole bunch of 3 stars. You feed all those 3 stars to your max 3-star rainbowmon you've collected during your dungeon all week. And then once you take all those, then you add them to whatever you built the previous week to make your next 6-star. And what I'm talking about now is, so I just made a 6-star. And so I just made these two. I made Arya, and I made Wound Hack. So whatever I'm going to pick out next, I'm going to start working on the 4-star mons while I have the double XP running. After I've made them, I go ahead and I say, okay, well, I'm going to work on Orion next. So the next thing I want to do is I want to start looking for Orion. So I've got one right there, and then what else do I got? And usually you want to start using the ones that you have doubles of, you have extra. So I've always been saving right now for the assassin, but I'm actually been waiting for a couple more to finish off. But there we go, we got another one. So we got 2. I had 1, 3 that I can get rid of, and then I have this one that's 4 that I've already done that one. It's just been sitting there. And then the other ones I'm going to keep, so I'm going to be looking for, oh, there's 5. So there's my 5th one. So I already have it lined up the amount that I want to do. So there's his upgrade. If I could get a few more brownie magicians, I would. But basically, you want to get your 4 stars lined up and do those while you're leveling up your monster that you just 6-starred, because they can kind of level up together during the day. So after you run your double XP to make your 6-star, and once you make him, you're still going to be using that double XP to level up your 6-star. And while you're doing that, run your 6-star and the 4-star fodders that you want to make with your monster. Usually, if you just do 3, like, so let's say if you just did the monster you just 6-starred and the 3 that you wanted to fodder, and the easy ones to go play at, especially for anybody, you could always do this level on hard or on hell, the first one. You can always do the first stage there. It's a little bit less XP, but it's not that bad. And then to more desert, the third stage on hard is pretty much easy for any monster. So it may take a little bit longer. Maybe it's a longer run, like a minute run or a minute half. Famine is really good for a monster that you know can beat it by itself. So water monsters specifically, maybe some fire monsters, some healers, and then I do Aiden Forest for a lot of my friends' monsters. If they have wind ones, I use them in the first stage on Aiden Forest. So I will use all of their mons to go ahead and level up some fodder too. If I need more fodder, I'll use them all. So I'm using that double XP to really max it out. So for the 12 hours that I have that running, I probably spend about 6 hours and I make that 6-star or the next 6-star. I set myself up to do it when I get a little bit more fodder. So right now I need a lot more fodder for my next 6-star, but in a week I will have one. So I've been playing for a little over a year and a half, and I think I have like, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, 10 plus 3. Okay, so I got 53 right now, which is pretty good. So that's at least one a week for a year, and I've been playing for like a little bit over a year and a half, and I didn't really start making 6-stars pretty fast until I had about a full team. I didn't run giants for the first couple months. I wasn't right there at giants speed 10, so that probably took me 2 or 3 months. So once you have that, once you have a solid team, focus on doing your runs. Don't focus on actually leveling up fodder, because there's no point in spending your time doing that when you can get all of that while you're getting the runes you need to progress. So make sure you're doing that. I hope that helps. That's just a little tip of mine. You got to remember they just did the update about a month ago where you get more 3-star max rainbowmons dropped instead of 2-star mons, so it's a big help to be running dungeons instead of farming and building all of your monsters from the base. And make sure you're buying, I know it seems silly, like a little bit of a waste of money, but it's really not that expensive. Make sure you're buying the scrolls, buying your 2-star fodder from the shop, and just save them through the week. It'll help you. It'll skip a lot of time for you. You'll be able to have lots of monsters. So I tell you what, I'll show you in a week. I will have somebody else 6-starred. I'm probably going to do Orion. And then after that, I'll do it again. I'll just show you, hey, this is who I 6-starred in a week. This is who I 6-starred in a week. And I'm not going to put a lot of effort into it because I don't need them. I don't need to have more monsters 6-starred, really. I have a solid core of monsters, and I don't really need to have more 6-star, but I will, because the game wants you to keep making more 6-stars, and I have all of the pieces there to do it. The other thing is, if you are going to run and make your homunculus, if you're at that stage or close to that stage, you do get a lot of fodder in those dungeons. You also get runes, so you get a lot of mana. So you get a lot of different things making the homunculus. If you haven't made one, I do kind of suggest it at some point. He's pretty beneficial. The first one, the attack one anyways. I haven't 6-starred my second one just because I don't want to go through everything. But he's really good even without being fully skilled up. I still haven't skilled him up to the max because I actually like the last skill. So I haven't completed all of his skills. But the first one, just getting that one was big. I ran that by itself for a long time. Just getting it to where it hit everybody. And then this one I like a lot too, just because it pushes the attack gauge back. So now it's a little bit easier to run those, so make sure you're doing that if you're at that stage. So you probably, I got him probably too early. I got him at when I had 6-stars. But if you have probably about 10 to 15 and you can do giants and dragons, go ahead and do that. But if not, I would stick away from it until you're ready to get to that point. But anyways, I hope this video helped, guys, and I will bring you another one shortly. I appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you guys later.